Hi there, this is Jen, and thanks for joining me today. Today I am participating in the box and stamp of the month for the Not Too Shabby Shop. This is a hop and a giveaway. It is the box of the month and the stamp of the month. So part of the team is going to be doing the stamp and die, and part of the team is going to be the box of the month. And there is a giveaway with this, so you get a $25 gift card to the Not Too Shabby Shop. If you go ahead and click on the link below in the description for the Recollections, that will get you entered into the giveaway. As well, please leave a comment, and to find all of the other participants, go ahead and click on the hashtag that is in the description as well as in the title of the video. You saw that stamp set that I was showing. That is the stamp and die of the month, which is what I am going to be creating with this month. It is called Winter Vibe. It is super adorable. Along with that, I'm using the 6x6 Plaids for Christmas paper pad from the Not Too Shabby Shop, which unfortunately sold out. But Jamie has a lot of other really adorable paper pads in the shop. So if you want to check out all of those, I'll go ahead and leave a link below. So I'm going to make 3 cards and 1 tag, and so I'm going to do a little bit of paper piecing on the tag, which I'm creating first. And so I've gone ahead and I've cut and colored all of the images that I think I'm going to use today. And right now I just went ahead and I stamped up the hat of the snowman, and I'm going to paper piece that onto the image, just the top portion of his little Santa hat. And then for the actual tag, all the papers that I'm using today, the pattern papers, are, like I said, from the 6x6 Plaids for Christmas paper pad. And so, unless it's a solid. And so I went ahead and I just cut a piece of that pattern paper. I believe it is 3x4 in size. And then I'm taking a solid piece of cardstock to use as a front. Originally, I was going to make this like a money holder, but then I just decided to go ahead and make it just a tag for a gift. But I did go ahead and I took a circle die to cut out kind of a little spot for my snowman to hang out in. And I'm going to go ahead and fit him in there, and I will adhere him to the little pocket. But I went ahead and I stamped up one of the sentiments from the stamp set. It says "Merry Everything." So I white heat embossed that. And then I'm going to take a little bit of white ink and water that down. And I'm going to add a bunch of white splatter just so it looks like snow. And then once I have that done, I'm going to go ahead and take my hole punch and put a punch for the ribbon to go through there. And then this is just going to be adhered to the tag. On one of the last cards that I do, I'm sure this has been done before, but it's new to me. I take some of my hole punches and create little kind of like enamel dots. I have never done that before. I thought it was the coolest thing, so I hope you stay tuned and check that out because it does really look so cool. And you can do like a lot more things, make your own embellishments basically. For the hat, I went ahead for the little ball, I added some stickles, and I am using Stardust stickles on all of my images today. And that's going to go ahead and finish off the tag. And then the first card that I'm going to do, I am using some brown cardstock as well as another plaid pattern. And I didn't want to waste a whole sheet of that plaid that's going to be behind the brown cardstock. So I'm just measuring out my die to kind of see the best size to use, and then I'm going to take that and I'll run that through my die cut machine. That way it's just going to have like a border around the outside, and then I could keep that middle piece for another project instead of wasting it all. And then this brown piece is just going to be adhered to the top, and then I will adhere another piece of that plaid paper. And then originally I was going to use the brown as kind of the main background for the little snowman to sit on, and I just thought it was just too dark. And so what I ended up doing was going with just a plain piece of white cardstock, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp up the sentiment in some VersaFine black, and then start adhering all of my pieces. So my little snowman and the clouds and a few of the little stars. And that's going to be adhered and added to the plaid piece. And every single stamp that is in this set has a die that matches with it. And it's really beneficial to get the die set with the stamp. And I'll show you on one of the cards that I do what it cuts out. It just looks really super cool. I also added some stickles to the little trim of the hat and the ball of the hat on the snowman, as well as around the background of the card. I also added a black and white ribbon. And then for this next card, I just squared off some pieces. Again, just matting a piece of pattern paper onto a solid background. And then this is the kind of Santa, little Santa family, I get, or not Santa, I don't know why I keep calling it Santa, Snowmen family. And this is why it's kind of beneficial to get the die with the set, because it cuts out the little slats between the fence posts, which I just think is super cool. It just makes it look really sharp and clean. And then I'm going to take some foam dots and add that, and you'll notice I went ahead and I cut down the card. I was going to leave the bottom portion and make it 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then decided I didn't like all that white space, and so I just made it a smaller card. And then I'm taking some glossy accents to add to the nose and the little heart, and then again some more diamond stickles for that top of the post where the snow is coming down, and that's going to finish off that card. I also added a kind of squishy heart to the top, and then added the sentiment, "Thanks so much." And then for my last card, I'm using some vellum, a white piece of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, a card stock. But for the vellum, I ended up taking my Tim Holtz distress tool, I think is what it is, and this is heavy vellum, and I have a problem with this vellum a lot. It rips very easily. It doesn't score well, and so I ended up ripping it when I was using that tool. So I just went ahead and made it look normal, like I meant to do that, and went ahead and I ripped in several other places, and then just folded those rips over so it looks like little openings in the paper, and then that's going to be adhered to that white cardstock. And then another piece of that pattern paper, and then I'm using some craft colored cardstock, and all I did was I took the die from the die set for the Christmas tree, and I cut that out with the brown cardstock, and I just think it looks really craft cardstock, just I don't know, I can't say enough good things about it. It's just beautiful against really anything. And then I added some white splatter, and then here I'm taking my hole punch, and I'm hole punching several pieces of just a leftover piece of pattern paper, and I'm going to go ahead and adhere these to my cardstock to use as embellishments. And to get that kind of glossy dome look, I am going to go ahead and take my glossy accents, and it just looks really cool. Like I said, I'm sure this has been done tons of times before, but it's new to me, so I just thought it was so amazing and such a great thing to use. Kind of like your own custom embellishments to match up with things that you're using with pattern paper. So I used a Tim Holtz sticker for that, added a red bow on the top of the tree, and that's going to go ahead and finish that card off. Needless to say, that's probably my favorite one out of the bunch. I would love to know which one you like the best. But that is it for my video today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did like it or find it informative, please go ahead and give a thumbs up. As always, thanks for spending some time with me today, and I hope to see you next time.